Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to the PMDC online lecture room. Today I have a very interesting topic for you, that is structure and function of human brain. This is one of the very important topics of second year biology course included in your chapter number 17, nervous coordination. The whole chapter is very important, but this topic, structure and function of human brain, is important in all point of view. It is important for the MCQs, for the short questions, and also for the long questions. So you have to learn the whole topic, and you have to prepare and its different parts, its different definitions, and MCQs by heart. First of all, you will see what is a human brain. Human brain, as you know, is the command center for the human nervous system. It receives signals from the body's sensory organs and gives command to the muscles for response. Human brain has same basic structure as other mammals, but it is larger in relation to the body size than any other brain. Our brain coordinates action so that they happen in the right sequence at the right time and place. It stores information and can modify the behavior due to the past experiences. You can have some facts about human brain, some interesting facts. Human brain makes up about 2% of human's body weight. It weighs about 3.3 pounds or 1.5 kg. It's the weight of an average human, average adult human. It contains about 86 billion nerve cells which is considered as the gray matter of your brain. It contains billions of nerve fibers, the axon and dendrites, which is considered as white matter. The gray matter is the cell bodies of these neurons. The white matters are the thread-like structures, the axon and the dendrites. These neurons are then connected by trillions of connections which are called synapses. What is synapse? Synapse is a junction between the two neurons. It is a connection between the two neurons which makes the network of the neuron in your nervous system. Human brain can easily be divided into three main parts. The three main parts are forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Frankly speaking, you can see, or you can observe in the diagram, I will show you the diagram, that all the three parts lie one over the other. The forebrain is on the top, midbrain is in the mid, and hindbrain is the lowermost, which connects with the spinal cord. Forebrain. First of all, we will discuss about the forebrain. Forebrain is also called prosencephalon. It has two divisions, the telencephalon and the diencephalon. It is consist of when we say about the telencephalon, it consists of a pair of olfactory bulbs and cerebrum. What are the olfactory bulbs? Olfactory bulbs are concerned with the sense of smell. It is concerned with the sense of smell. Then cerebrum. Cerebrum is one of the largest part of our brain. It has many folds. The folds of the cerebrum may be related with intelligence. The person who is having more folds in the cerebrum could be considered as more intelligent. So, the cerebrum is divided into two cerebral hemispheres. Here you can see the two cerebral hemispheres which easily divide brain into two parts. These hemispheres are called the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. Here we can see that cerebral hemispheres. This is about the cerebral hemispheres. Human brain is divided into two cerebral hemispheres, the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. Both hemispheres are connected by a bundle of nerve fiber called the corpus callosum. This corpus callosum acts as a bridge between them. It means this bridge will provide the memory of one side of the brain to the other side. The left hemisphere controls all the muscles on the right hand side of the body, and the right hemisphere controls the left side. One hemisphere is maybe slightly dominant over the other, as with the left or right-handedness. The person who is left-handed could be his or her right hemisphere is dominant, and the person who is right-handed, he could have left hemisphere more dominant as compared to the other. So, what are the functions of cerebrum? Cerebrum is a control center of sensory areas. Control all your 5 senses. These are sight, speech, smell, taste, and hearing. What other functions are there? So, cerebrum is also concerned with conscious sensation, with consciousness. You feel conscious due to your cerebrum. Then voluntary movements. All the voluntary movements are under the control of cerebrum. Your learning, memory, thinking, and very important one, decision making, reasoning and judgment. This is also come under the function of cerebrum. Now we come towards the other part of the forebrain, that is diencephalon. Diencephalon of brain is consists of limbic system. This limbic system represents 4 parts. Number 1, thalamus. Number 2, hypothalamus. Number 3, amygdala. And number 4, hippocampus. Now we can see the functions of all these 4 parts. First of all, thalamus. Thalamus serves as relay station between body and cerebrum. What does it mean? It means that it receives message from body and brings the message to the cerebrum. So it informs the cerebrum time to time about different body parts. Number 2 is hypothalamus. The hypothalamus has many functions like hormone production, temperature regulation. Due to your hypothalamus, you feel hunger, you feel thirst. Other functions are flight and fight responses, and also the biorhythms, the different functions, the different activities regarding your day and night. The third part of the limbic system or diencephalon is amygdala. Amygdala is concerned with the sensation of pleasure and punishment. The fourth one is hippocampus. Hippocampus is also a very important part because it is required for learning as it plays a role in long-term memory. Now, diencephalon is over. You can see the different parts of the brain. Here you can see the brain stem. The brain stem includes the next part. Here this all is the cerebrum. This huge area is covered by the cerebrum. Cortex of the cerebrum. You can also see the bone of the cranium, and This cerebrum is then divided into, these two hemispheres are also divided into four different lobes. Near the forehead, we have frontal lobe. Then in the middle of the head is parietal lobe. At the back of the head is occipital lobe. And near the ears, both ears, it is temporal lobe. Now we come towards the midbrain. Midbrain is also called mesencephalon. It has no further parts. What are the functions of midbrain? It connects the forebrain and hindbrain, as it is in the middle. The forebrain is on the top. The hindbrain is below the midbrain. It is in the middle. It transmits signals from hindbrain to the forebrain, to the cerebrum. It informs time to time the information from the hindbrain to the cerebrum. It is also associated with motor control. You can say the response or the message to the effector of your body, and it also controls vision, hearing, temperature regulation, and alertness. Now comes the last part of the brain, that is the hindbrain. Hindbrain is also called rhombencephalon. It consists of three parts. Number 1, pons. Number 2, cerebellum. Number 3, medulla oblongata. Pons, it is a small structure, lies above medulla oblongata. Here we can see this bulging portion, this rounded portion is the pons. This is also the part of the brain stem. So, pons lies above medulla oblongata. It acts as bridge for conduction of impulses, as it is in the between. So, behind it is present cerebellum, below is medulla oblongata, and above the pons is present the topmost part, cerebellum. So, it is a conducting bridge between all these three parts. You can see in the diagram that here is the pons. It is connected with the cerebellum. It is behind. It is connected with the connecting bridge between the cerebellum, which is above, and it is also connecting the medulla oblongata, which is present below the pons. So, other functions of pons are rate of breathing, sleep, and wakefulness. Next comes the cerebellum. Cerebellum is considered as the second largest part of the brain. It consists of, somewhat like the cerebrum, it also has a central lobe and two lateral lobes. It coordinates muscle activity and guides smooth and accurate motions. If somebody's cerebellum is destroyed or damaged, the person will have jerky or shaky movements. Last but not the least is the third and last part of the hindbrain, that is medulla oblongata. It is the third and last part of hindbrain. It is posterior most portion of brain. It is broad in the front and narrow behind, and then it is connected with the spinal cord. What does this medulla oblongata do? It is the highway of communication between body and brain. So you can say that it is a connecting link between the body and brain. It controls special reflexes like heartbeat, respiratory movements, salivary secretions, swallowing, vomiting, coughing, and sneezing. The most important one could be considered as the heartbeat and respiratory movement of the lungs, with which we remain alive. Here we can see the different parts of the brain. I have discussed already. This whole upper portion with holes is the cerebrum. Then you can see this part, which is the corpus callosum, the connecting bridge between the two hemispheres. The empty spaces between these parts are called the ventricles. Here you can see the part of diencephalon, the thalamus, and below it is hypothalamus. A very small portion of the midbrain, because midbrain does not contain any parts. Then you can see the pituitary gland, the master gland of the endocrine system. Below the midbrain is pons, and in the lowermost or beneath the pons is medulla oblongata. So these are all the different parts of the brain which perform accurate functions and decisions accordingly, by which we can lead a normal life. So I'm giving you the home assignment, students. You have to describe structure and function of human brain in detail. And if you have any queries, you can ask me. Thank you, students.